everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Slimming World Saturday. I hope you're all super excited. Please excuse this like weird line here. I've got a tan from the Great North Run, so it might look like I'm a different colour here. But it is 11 AM. I haven't had anything to eat because I explained in my last video that I changed things up a little bit. And 90% of the time I do intermittent fasting, which means I don't have breakfast. I don't eat till around 12 o'clock. So I've had a cup of tea this morning and I'm about to make myself another cup of tea. And then we'll have lunch about 12, half 12, depending. So I weighed this morning. And I lost a pound, so I'm super happy with that. I had weighed myself earlier on in the week and I'd lost that pound earlier on in the week, and then when I stepped on the scales today I was the same. So even though I've maintained since I last stepped on the scales, I'm a pound lighter than I was this time last week, so if that makes sense. Yeah, so I'm now 1 pound away from my target. I may, once I get there next week hopefully, drop another £3 just so I'm at the lower end of my target, if that makes sense, so that then I can sort of relax a bit and work on maintaining it. I'm about to have another cup of tea. I'm going to link my last video down below because I explain the changes in that video, so if you want to see why I'm doing intermittent fasting and why I don't have breakfast anymore, you can check that video out. But I'll also link the benefits of intermittent fasting in the description box as well, in case you're interested. Another change I've made is that I do my bigger meal at lunchtime. So I'll have a carby meal at lunchtime, and then I'll 90% of the time have an SP meal for my tea. So I'll show you that today. So I'm going to make a brew, and then I got the One for All. This is the new Slimming World book, which will be available in October with the 12-week countdown. So I'm going to have a look if there's any recipes in here that I can cook for lunch, just because I feel like, because I'm filming, I want to do like a different recipe for you guys. So I'm gonna have a little look at that while I have my brew, and then I'll go shopping, get what I need in, because my cupboards are a little bit bare at the minute, and then yeah, we'll make lunch. I've got to say, today for me is a chill out day. I've been ill all week, so Saturdays I do usually go out and do stuff, but I'm not in the mood. I just want to pop around my house, catch up on videos, catch up on some editing, catch up on some work and some TV shows and stuff. So I'm literally in like my joggers and tank top, and we're just gonna have a chill day, guys. Do a bit of cleaning, all that jazz. So there's about 6 vegan recipes in here, but you could make some of the other ones vegan if you just used vegan cheese instead of the normal cheese, and if you substituted the meat for corn or something like that. But there's nothing in here that I really fancy. To just hit myself in the face with the book. But there's nothing in here that I really fancy for my lunch. There was a really nice okra and chickpea curry. There's a risotto in there, but I just don't fancy that for lunch, if that makes sense. I fancy like pasta. So boring. I always have pasta. So I'm going to grab my Take 5 cookbook and have a look in there. Put my dressing gown on because I'm cold. So I've had all my cookbooks out, and I'm going to go for one from the Eat More for Less just because I really fancy pasta today. And I love the pasta from in here. I've done it before on my channel, but I didn't want to do it again because I've already got it up on here. So I'm going to go for this one. It's Sicilian cauliflower pasta. The sunny Italian island of Sicily is the inspiration for this simple and speedy piece of pasta perfection. So I'm going to cook that for lunch. Sorry, my voice. My voice is going because I'm not very well. So I'm going to do that for lunch. Picked to have the oh God, how do you say this? Provençal vegetables with pesto for tea. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? So it's basically onions, beetroot, courgettes, artichoke hearts, cherry tomatoes and lentils roasted, drizzled with pesto. So that's a really great SP meal, but I feel like I need some protein with it, but I guess that's what the lentils are. So yeah, we're gonna go for pasta from the Eat More for Less for lunch, and roasted veggies and lentils with a pesto dressing for dinner. So I will see you back here for when I cook lunch. Hey, so I'm back from Tesco, got everything I needed for the day. I'm about to start cooking my lunch. So this is the recipe I'm going for, the Sicilian cauliflower pasta. So this serves 4. So I'm just gonna quarter these ingredients basically. So it's just to make enough for 1. But obviously you could do it and then freeze it or use it for the next day. But I'm just gonna make enough for 1 portion today. So I started by placing a frying pan on a medium heat and spraying it with plenty of fry light. I then added around 250 grams of cauliflower broken up into small florets and just fried them over the medium heat until they went sort of lightly golden. So I then added a 1/4 teaspoon of lightly crushed fennel seeds, followed by 1 medium heat red chilli. I also added 1/2 teaspoon of garlic paste and 1 tablespoon of tomato puree mixed with 50 ml of cold water, and then I just sort of stirred all of that together. So you then just want to cover your cauliflower and cook over a medium to low heat for 15 minutes or until the cauliflower is nice and tender. Just go ahead then and cook your pasta. I did 100 grams of pasta. So once your cauliflower is done, you then just want to add 1/4 can of cherry tomatoes in juice, as well as 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, and 1 tablespoon of drained capers. You can then just stir all of this in and add some salt and pepper to taste. I then just drained the pasta and poured that into the cauliflower mix and mixed it all up again nicely. I then just poured it into my bowl and topped it with some fresh basil. The recipe does actually say parsley, but I hate parsley, so I use basil instead. Hey guys, so my lunch is ready. Here it is. Excuse the basil on the side. I was trying to take a good photo, but the recipe actually says to sprinkle with parsley, but I don't like parsley, so I've put basil on instead. I've had a little taste and it tastes so good. Look at that. Look at that. So that's a nice big carby meal. It's gonna keep me super full throughout the day so that tonight I only need like a light tea. So it's actually 12:30 now, so my first meal of the day, 12:30, so I'm gonna really dig in and enjoy this. I finished my lunch. It was delicious. I loved it, and I will definitely be making that again. It was super yummy, like, it tasted really authentic. I feel like if I had got that in a restaurant, I'd be happy with it. Like, it tasted really authentic. The cauliflower tasted me of like curried cauliflower, I guess, because it had turmeric in it and chilies and stuff. I don't know whether you've ever had aloo gobi and like cauliflower curries. It had that sort of flavour and that sort of texture, and then in with the pasta and with the capers and everything, it was just full of flavour, and all sin free, and obviously pasta is going to keep me nice and full. So yeah, having my lunch. I'm going to come and clean this kitchen now because I've made a little bit of a mess in it cooking. And then I'm going to do some jobs and stuff, and I will catch you when I next eat something. Excuse my hair, it's falling out. I need to redo it. I was going to go to my friend's tonight for drinks because I'm not well enough to go out. So we're just going to have drinks at hers, but I think I'm just going to have like a chilled night in. I've just been doing like errands and like sorting the house out and boring stuff, bit of work. And I've just realised that I haven't got any artichoke hearts. I forgot to get them in Tesco. I could do my dinner without them, but I feel like artichoke hearts have got such a strong like flavour. I feel like the dish needs it. So I'm gonna pop back out and get them now, just so that I don't have to go out again. I can get snuggled up on the sofa. I can put Orange Is the New Black on. I can cook. I can spend time with my babies. First I'm gonna have a little drink. I'm obsessed with fizzy water. Someone on my Instagram live told me that it's bad for you because it gets rid of the enamel on your teeth or something. but I love it, so I'm just still drinking it. So I'm gonna have a glass of that, and then I'm gonna pop out, get my artichoke hearts, and then we're gonna get cozy, light some candles, cook my tea, and binge watch Orange is the New Black, I think. I've sorted my pudding for after my dinner, so that's gonna be nice. Hi everyone, I'm back. So it's 6 o'clock. I'm gonna start making my dinner. I'm gonna make this Provençal vegetables with pesto. It's 6 o'clock. I'm gonna start making it because this takes about an hour to cook. And this is from the Slimming Wells One for All book, which is out in October with your countdown. So I'm gonna start cooking this. It looks delicious. Just quartered the ingredients for this one as well and placed 1 chopped red onion in a baking dish, as well as about 3/4 of a courgette. I then just added some salt and pepper and placed about 3 tablespoons of water over it, gave it a good mix, and then popped it in a preheated oven. The oven was on around 220 degrees for 30 minutes. While that was cooking, I made the pesto, so I used about 30 grams of fresh basil leaves. I then added the zest of 1 sort of medium-sized lemon, and then I also popped in the juice of half of that lemon as well. Because I can't have Parmesan cheese, I used 1 tablespoon of these nutritional yeast flakes to give it that cheesy flavour. And then I also added 1 tablespoon of pine nuts, which I've used as my healthy extra beef for the day. I also added 1 garlic clove, and then I just whizzed it all together with a hand blender, but you could use a food processor as well. You can then just add salt to taste, and then I popped it in a cute jar. This was absolutely amazing, this pesto. This was the nicest part of the dish. I then cooked these green lentils for around 10 minutes. The recipe says use tin lentils, which I didn't actually realise, so I had to cook mine first. So I then took the courgettes and onions out of the oven and added cherry tomatoes, artichoke hearts and beetroot. I also added the lentils and gave it a good old stir. I then placed it back into the oven for another 10 minutes. You can then remove from the oven, put it onto a nice plate, and then drizzle it with your pesto. Seriously, this pesto absolutely made it. Hey you guys, so I've just had my tea. It was really nice. The lentils and the beetroot sort of gave it quite an earthy flavour, and it was nice and surprisingly filling. However, I really think, sorry my voice is going, I really think the pesto was the star of the show. Like, if it wasn't for that pesto, I wouldn't have half as enjoyed the meal as much as I did. So I used 1 tablespoon of pine nuts, which was my healthy extra beef for the day. And then my healthy extra A was, of course, my almond milk. I also used nutritional yeast instead of the Parmesan, and I used 1 tablespoon of that. So my dinner will have been 2.5 sins for the nutritional yeast. I'm now going to have my pudding. So I'll show you what I'm having. I'm having this yogurt. This is the Alpro high in protein passion fruit yogurt. It's 1.5 sins. So this is what it looks like. 1.5 sins. It's good because it's got like the saucy bit in it as well, and then I've just put strawberries around the edge. So that's it guys. I'm ending my day on 4 sins. 4 sins for today. I think I might have one of me spiced ginger teas before bed, but that'll be it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram at IndigoOlivia because I'm on there every single day. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks everyone. Bye.